Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So, this latest kick that I'm on is called Famous Pairs, and these are songs that pair two things together. Sometimes they're opposites, sometimes they're similar, just to tell a story of some sort. And thus far, we have looked at the song Crimson and Clover by Tommy James and the Shondells, and we also looked at Fire and Rain by James Taylor. That was last week. This week we are going to begin by talking about Hat and Feet by Fountains of Wayne. Hat and Feet tells the story of a man who is reeling from a recent breakup, at least in my interpretation. He doesn't really know who he is anymore because so much of his identity was tied to his relationship, and now that it's over, he's been reduced to his most basic features, the titular hat and feet. The song starts out with the concept introduced before diving into why in the second verse. You dropped a bomb on me I didn't even see, like a falling piano out from the window, or from out the window, I should say. In the bridge, he refers to himself as a sitting duck who ran out of luck, the unhappy guy that didn't look up too high. Or that didn't look up high, excuse me. When I first listened to the song's parent album, Utopia Parkway, the standout track for me was Troubled Times. But in my last listen, this was the one that stood out to me, and for a similar reason. It's simple because it's sung from the perspective of someone who can't get complicated with his thoughts. After all, he is just a hat and feet. Melodically, the song's verses use E, A, E, A, that pattern, followed by E, A, E, E, and B. The song is written in E major, so this is a 1-4, 1-4, 1-4, 1-5 pattern. The verses end with A, E, A, E played twice, which is a 4-1, 4-1 pattern. However, after the first verse, a B, which is the 5 chord, gets played. So, the middle 8 in this song uses C, C, A, C, C, and A, which is a flat 7th, 4, flat 6th, 4 pattern. Yeah, flat 6th, 4, flat 6th, 4. I might have said flat 7th. But in a previous blog and vlog kick, we talked about Carole King's So Far Away and how it is, to me, the perfect pop song because of how well each section transitions into the next. Hat and Feet does a similarly good job with that through the middle 8, ending on the subdominant 4 chord before resolving on the 1 to begin the next verse. The thematic resolve comes from the resignation to the fact that the narrator is nothing more than a hat and feet, which is why it begins and ends on the 1 chord. He repeats the phrase as he ends on that 1 chord. Instrumentally, the song uses acoustic guitar, bass guitar, drums, and keyboards. Structurally, the song uses a verse, verse, middle 8, verse, middle 8, verse format. Again, he transitions between parts so seamlessly, and or they do, Fountains of Wayne does, and while there are glimpses of the band's ability to craft catchy tunes on their first album, songs like this are where they truly started to shine as songwriters on their sophomore effort. Its repetition may sound dull on the surface, but again, that's because of the narrator's mental state and the build-up in the middle 8 before transitioning back into the resignation is just flawless. With more support from the label, this album would have done incredibly well. You can listen to Hat and Feet below. It is linked in the description of this video. I do want to clarify one thing, that although Silver Linings Suck, There's something good that came out of Utopia Parkway flopping and the label not supporting them. Afterwards, they ended up recording Welcome Interstate Managers, which is their most diverse album, and the reason why was because they didn't have a label to worry about when they were recording it. So, more label support would have been good, but at the same time, it gave them freedom on their next record, and that was their breakthrough album. It was Welcome Interstate Managers. But anyway, I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out all of my other vlogs right here on YouTube and my blogs on the Memphis Songwriters Association website. Thank you so much.